Hi, I have in front of me a Hikvision TVI 5MP dome camera. Comes with a 60-meter IR and there's a motorised varifocal lens. It's 2.7 to 13.5mm. Like this is a professional camera. Picture resolution on it's absolutely fantastic. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you just an overview of the camera itself, the box it comes in. We'll look at the unit and then we'll actually set it up on this DVR that I have here, and the one I'm actually going to test it on, believe it or not, and just to demonstrate here, is the Dahua one, simply because it'll work on, designed for Hikvision, but it'll work on Dahua. So the first thing to note on here, the actual thing, so you have the housing here, okay, the base we can screw off, and there's 3 plug screws that come with this. We can actually mount it directly onto the wall. If we come along here, we'll say we have the IR built in, and it's somewhat vandal resistant in terms of the way we can come along and we can set it in a fixed position where it's not easily moved. Okay, so if we look at the number of cables that are coming off it, the first thing is, it looks like there's 3 cables here, but there's in fact only 2 that are being used for the thing. The first thing is the BNC cable, which of course will run the picture back from the camera directly into the DVR itself. The next thing here is where we've put a little addition on here, but is it's the block lead here. Okay, so what we'll have here is we'll just have the power lead from it. So we'll just run directly from our power unit directly over here. Now the full range of power units is available from freetv.ie, which runs directly in here. What we've done is we've just put a little adapter on it to work with our standard power adapter connection. And the final lead here, that's not really a lead to the extent that it's only a toggle. And if we look at the toggle here, it'll just see that we can go through all the different technologies on it. TVI, AHD, CVI. So TVI is the default setting on this, and you can actually set it back to the oldest pre-HD setting there as well, which is highly unlikely you're going to be doing this. Now what you'll see on the later cameras here is less and less of the later cameras have multiple technologies on it, because what's happening is the DVRs are able to handle all the technologies. So they're finding they add a little bit of cost into the camera, the duplication technology, just not necessarily. But on this particular one, we have the 4 types of technology on it. So what I'm going to do with this stuff on here is I'm going to get the power first of all, and this is just running directly from our power unit. I'm going to aim this directly over here, and then the next thing here is I'm going to get a BNC connection here, and we have this configured. We have the DVR that this is run to directly over. So I'm just going to rotate this around. I'm going to put it up at the front here, and I'll just push it far enough back. And we can see that the writing behind me, I haven't just got it adjusted quite perfectly, but we can see the writing on the screen there, okay? I probably should tilt this up a tiny bit. There we have it. I didn't think that would work for me, but anyway, very good. So we have it set up here now. So the picture resolution on this camera is particularly great. Now, I'm showing you a 5MP camera on a 1080p monitor, okay? So that's effectively like 2 megapixels. So, you know, if you're not seeing the full thing of it, you know, it is super in terms of the picture quality it's capable of. So 5MP really is into the very high definition range. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right click here, I'm going to bring up, and even though this is not a PTZ camera, it does have a motorized version to it. And what we can do here is we can simply come along and I can zoom in or out. So I think I'll just come along here and I'll zoom it. And what you'll see here is there's an auto zoom on it there. There's an autofocus in relation to it, and we can change the focus on it there as well. So it just means that the camera is highly adjustable there in terms of the thing. And in certain circumstances you want to do that. So you'll be buying a camera, you want to set it up and you want to fix it on a particular spot, and you want to be able to pull exact details, a face, something like that, or exactly where somebody is walking through a door, or be able to pull you know, a reg number or something like that off a particular location. So something like that is excellently good for it. It's part of a much wider range of Hikvision Hi-Watch, Hilux cameras, all coming from the one manufacturer that we have here, and a huge array of accessories as well, from power units, connectors, etc. So that's it anyway, an overview of the Hikvision TVI 5MP dome camera with motorised 2.7 to 13.5 lens.